What appears does not arrive alone. It brings with it a horizon that always exceeds what is seen. No. You do not meet the world as something separate, but as something already intertwined with your awareness. Each moment is not fully present. It reveals itself while simultaneously withdrawing. The act of perceiving is a quiet unfolding, not a sudden possession. What you call a now is already stretched between what lingers and what approaches. You cannot step outside the way things are given to you, only become more attentive to that giving. Every appearance is incomplete, yet sufficient enough to guide your understanding forward. The world does not stand before you, it arises with you. What is visible is sustained by what remains unnoticed. You are not observing from a distance. You are situated within the very act of appearing. Each perception carries an openness that cannot be closed. What is given is never fully grasped, only approached. You do not see all that is there, only what comes into relation with your attention. The more you remain with a moment, the more it reveals its quiet depth. What appears clearly still conceals what has not yet shown itself. You cannot separate experience from the way it is lived. Each act of awareness is also an act of limitation. What you perceive is always shaped by how you are present within it. The world unfolds not as a whole, but as a continuous revealing. You are always already within the meaning of what appears. Each moment offers more than your awareness can hold. What is hidden is not absent, but waiting at the edge of attention. You do not encounter reality in full, but in glimpses that invite further seeing. The act of noticing brings forth what was always there but unseen. What is given withdraws, even as it presents itself. You cannot arrive at a final understanding of something that is always becoming. Each perception is a movement, not a fixed point. What appears is shaped by the way you turn toward it. You do not hold experience, you move within it. Each moment contains a depth that unfolds only through patience. What is present is never without what is absent. You cannot capture what is always in motion. Each act of seeing reveals and conceals at once. What you call clarity is only a moment within a larger unfolding. You are both the condition and the participant of what appears. Each perception leaves behind what it could not include. What is given is always more than what is understood. You do not stand apart from experience, but within its flow. Each moment is shaped by how it is received. What appears stable is sustained by unnoticed continuity. You cannot fully step back from what you are part of. Each perception points beyond itself. What is visible carries traces of what remains unseen. You do not encounter the world as finished, but as something still arriving. Each act of awareness deepens the field in which things appear. What is given is never without possibility. You cannot exhaust the meaning of what continues to unfold. Each moment is both arrival and departure. What appears is always more than what is taken. Understanding is not closure, but an openness that remains. What appears is never simply there. It arrives through a quiet act of disclosure. You do not face the world. You awaken within its appearing. Each moment gives itself partially, holding back more than it reveals. The act of awareness is not grasping, but allowing. What you see is only what has come forward, not all that is present. You cannot step beyond appearance, only dwell more deeply within it. Every perception is touched by what it cannot contain. The world is not laid out before you. It unfolds as you attend to it. What is given is never without what withdraws. You are not outside what appears. You are within its unfolding. Each act of noticing is also an act of leaving something unnoticed. What feels complete is only momentarily sufficient. You do not capture a moment. You pass through it. Each perception opens more than it closes. And what appears clearly still carries what remains hidden. You cannot hold what is always moving. Each moment is richer than your grasp of it. What is present always leans toward what is not yet seen. You do not stand before meaning. You move within it. Each perception is shaped by how you receive it. What is given is always more than what is taken. You cannot separate seeing from being within what is seen. Each moment reveals and conceals at once. What you notice rises from a wider field you do not fully see. You are always already within the horizon of what appears. Each perception is a quiet beginning, never a final end. What is hidden is not distant, only beyond your current attention. You do not observe the world. You participate in its disclosure. Each moment is incomplete, yet enough. What appears withdraws, even as it arrives. But you cannot grasp what is always becoming. Each act of awareness deepens what can appear. What is visible rests upon what remains unseen. You do not encounter presence without absence. Each perception carries a silence that cannot be spoken. What is given is never without depth. But you cannot reach the edge of what continues to unfold. Each moment is both opening and limit. What appears is shaped by your nearness to it. You do not step into experience. You are always already within it. Each perception leaves behind what it could not hold. What is present is never all that is there. You cannot arrive at what has no final form. Each moment carries more than you can remain with. What appears is never finished. You do not possess awareness. You move within it. Each perception is a trace of something more. But what is seen always points beyond itself. You cannot close what is always opening. Each moment is an unfolding